Somebody told you to go and raise money. Maybe it was a mentor, or maybe you saw one of your competitors close a round. So you updated your deck and you started to reach out. And pretty quickly you hit a wall. Meetings that go nowhere and investors that seem interested but then just disappear. And here's the thing, it's probably not your idea and it's probably not your deck. It's that nobody taught you how fundraising actually works. Today I'm fixing that. This is Fundraising 101. The mental models, the process, the mistakes, and what actually gets the check signed. And at the end, I'll show you the one piece that most founders set up too late. Most founders think that fundraising is about convincing people that their idea is good. And it's actually not, it's a sales process. And this means pipeline, conversion rate, close, and follow-up. And here you need volume. So it's not gonna be 5 meetings, it's gonna be 50. Because your conversion rate is maybe 5 to 15%. So to close 5 investors, you need 60 to 100 conversations. Most founders don't do that math, and then they run out of leads. You also need a pipeline. Track every investor, where they are, last contact, and next step. And you need urgency, because fundraising without urgency does not close. So before raising, ask if you're ready. Investors buy 3 things: market, team, and traction. You don't need all 3 of these, but you need at least 2. And if you have 0, then raising will be brutal. Always ask yourself, what would make this round easier? Sometimes it's gonna be 3 more months of building, sometimes 1 key hire, and sometimes just 1 strong customer. Raising too early doesn't just fail, it burns relationships. Let's talk about the different funding stages. Pre-seed, early and early team, seed, early traction, maybe revenue, and Series A, product market fit and growth. Each one of these stages has different investors. And the mistake here would be to, for example, pitch a Series A fund with a pre-seed story. They'll take the meeting, but they won't write the check. And not all investors are equal. Start with the fit, stage, sector, and check size. And then you tier your list. Tier 1 will be your warm intros. Tier 2, semi-warm, and Tier 3, cold outreach. And always work Tier 1 first, because a warm intro is worth 20 cold emails. Investors decide in 10 minutes. You need to be able to clearly explain what you do, why the market is big, and why you'll win. Your opening matters more than your slides. Your structure will be problem, solution, market, traction, and ask. And keep it under 15 slides, under 20 minutes. And always leave time for questions, because that's where deals move. And fundraising without momentum is going to be painful. Always batch your meetings and talk to a lot of investors in a short time window. Find a lead investor that will unlock the rest. Create a real deadline and always follow up. So now the documents. Let me show you. The AI builds the structure instantly in Papermark. So here's what goes inside. In the company overview, we upload the company one-pager and the pitch deck. In the financials comes your model. And here we upload the structure and your agreements. And your real data. And your team bios. And here you upload your demo and your roadmap. And the key is to have all of this ready before they even ask. And here's what most founders miss. You send the data room and then you have no idea what happens next. With Papermark, you see exactly who opened what and who exactly viewed it and how long they spent on each document. And you get notified instantly when somebody opens the document. So your follow-ups can be based on real behavior and not guessing. And you control everything: access, NDA, visibility. So a verbal yes is not a close, and a term sheet is not a close. A close is money in the bank. And between yes and money will be legal, diligence, and partner approvals. And this will take 2 to 6 weeks. And what kills a deal is slow replies, messy data, or legal issues. Fundraising is harder than it looks. It's slower than it should be and more emotional than expected. And you'll hear no a lot. And founders who win aren't always the best ones, they're the most prepared ones. And this is because they treat it like a process. They're organized, they follow up, and they're ready when the investor is ready. Be that founder. Set up your data room in Papermark. The link is in the description. This will only take a few minutes. Now go build something worth funding.